Raiders are trying to close a deal with a star for $72 million. The information is that the Raiders are looking for a new piece that will change the offense for the next season. Therefore, it is very likely that they will make a trade with the Seahawks. With the signing of Pete Carroll and John Spytek, the Raiders will start the new signings. Among the Las Vegas Raiders' urgent needs heading into the 2025 offseason is the wide receiver position. After trading Davante Adams to the New York Jets, the Raiders never found a true replacement, focusing on rebuilding for the future. While Brock Bowers and Jakobi Meyers have excelled since Adams' departure, the team still does not have a definitive number one wide receiver. Meyers, with 1 year remaining on his contract, is expected to return, but the Raiders need a dynamic playmaker to lead their receiving core. TWSN's Marissa Myers speculated that the Raiders could make a move for Seattle Seahawks star wide receiver DK Metcalf. Here's what Myers had to say about the potential trade. With Carroll already familiar with Metcalf, he would ensure that Metcalf is a focal point and utilized to the fullest. For Metcalf, the chance to reunite with Carroll should be a strong selling point, and for Seattle, they would receive a decent amount of draft capital to address glaring holes on the roster while allowing Jackson Smith-Njigba to fully assume the role of top wide receiver. Rumors of a Metcalf trade have been circulating ever since his sideline blow-up with former Seahawks offensive coordinator Ryan Grubb. With Metcalf entering the final year of his $72 million deal, Seattle could look to move him if there are concerns about him leaving as a free agent in 2026. For the Raiders, Metcalf presents a logical target. Pete Carroll connection. The Raiders recently hired Metcalf's former coach, Pete Carroll, as their head coach, making a reunion appealing for both sides. Filling a big hole, Metcalf would immediately become the Raiders' number one wide receiver, complementing Myers and Bowers on offense. At his peak, trading for Metcalf would require significant draft capital. However, with just 1 year remaining on his contract and coming off a subpar season, his value may never be lower. That opens the door for the Raiders to make a move without sacrificing their entire draft future. Metcalf, at 27, could be a long-term solution for the Raiders. His combination of size, speed, and playmaking ability would add a dynamic element to the offense, making him an ideal target as the team rebuilds. If the Seahawks decide to part ways with Metcalf, the Raiders would be wise to capitalize on the opportunity and secure a player who could anchor their receiving core for years to come.